sweeties. Welcome back. I'm so glad that you guys are here spending time with me today. I recently got a request to do some more soft-spoken videos, which is fair because I have done one, maybe two, out of over 50 now videos. So today I am going to read to you from the Trader Joe's Fearless Flyer. It is officially autumn. It is officially all things pumpkin spice season. Or if you're like me, you're in camp, all things apple cider season. I am really particularly loving the new Starbucks iced oat milk shaken apple crisp espresso. I don't know if I did that in the right order, but I never know if I'm doing things in the right order at Starbucks, so it's not a big deal. Also, Trader Joe's has apple cider donuts to die for. Headline, read all about it. What's it? Extra, read all about it. It's apple cider donut season. I cannot emphasize how amazing those are. So today I'm just going to read you a few of the more descriptive paragraphs in the Trader Joe's Fearless Flyer. I'm going to take my glasses off because I am actually officially old and I can't really see things close to my face when I have my glasses on anymore. So, happy Halloween. That's the scariest thing ever. Trader Joe's Fearless Flyer Fall 2023. Pumpkins and apples and maple, oh my. Trader Joe's apple cider donuts are made for us in partnership with a family-owned bakery based in western Massachusetts, where apple cider donuts are an annual autumn tradition. Drive down a country road and you're bound to encounter a farm stand selling their homemade donuts. Our supplier begins with this classic flavor profile in mind, and they finish with traditional lightly fried rings of cake-style dough, hand-rolled in generous amounts of cinnamon and sugar straight out of the fryer. In fact, you can see the whole process for yourself in our How Apple Cider Donuts Are Made video on our YouTube channel. Who knew? Maybe I can do some cross-promotion with Trader Joe's. Every bite is positively bursting with fresh from the orchard apple flavor. Our apple cider donuts get their moist, extra fluffy texture and slightly tangy flavor from actual apple cider. They're delightful on their own and even better slightly warmed and served with a piping hot mug of coffee, tea, or our very own spiced cider. That sounds delicious. We know what you're thinking. Spiced cider on the front page of the Fall Fearless Flyer? It's a bit on the nose, but we just can't help ourselves. In our book, or more accurately in this flyer, the return of this fall favorite sipper is nothing short of newsworthy. Brewed with the juice of bursting with flavor apples, spiced with cinnamon, allspice, and cloves, and anchored with a subtle hint of citrus on the finish, its coziness is on par with other heralds of the season. We're looking at you, flannel shirts and wool scarves. In fact, in some states, where fall is more of a mindset than a season at this time of year, the season doesn't start until you've got a mug of the stuff in your unmittened hands. I'm not going to read the whole thing, I'm just reading the really good descriptive parts. Our newest fall-forward granola shines the spotlight on an autumnal all-star. Is that do you say that? Autumnal, or is it autumnal? I think it's autumnal. The heavenly Honeycrisp apple. It's a natural companion to snacks and cereals of all sorts. Snacks and cereals such as the sweet, seasonally spiced clusters inside each bag of Trader Joe's Honeycrisp apple granola. Made with rolled oats, cane sugar, dried Honeycrisp apple slices, molasses, and a veritable rack full of fall spices, TJ's Honeycrisp apple granola is poised to become the apple of your eye. Appetite in an instant. Drowned in milk or your non-dairy beverage of choice, it's a dreamy way to start a crisp fall day. I also love the smell of newsprint. So let's see, pumpkins of all shapes and sizes. Oh, here we go. I actually purchased these last week. 12 mini pumpkin ginger scones. If the relatively chillier weather has you in a baking mood, or perhaps more of a preheat your oven and pop a few scones in kind of mood, then our new Trader Joe's pumpkin ginger scones are a must-try. The ingredient list looks suspiciously like just what you'd put in your mixing bowl if you were starting from scratch, including flour, sugar, butter, milk, eggs, sour cream, pumpkin puree, and crystallized candied ginger. It's very delicious stuff, I have to admit. Butternut mac and cheese? Yes, please. In the midst of our pumpkin season, butternut squash mac and cheese has become a superstar that heralds the bounty of autumn. We make no grand announcements, except of course this one. Yet, as soon as folks noticed it's back in the freezer case, it once again proves itself a worthy addition. The superb butternut-based mac is made exclusively for us by a longtime supplier of some classic TJ's frozen fare. Here, they begin with a mezzi rigatoni pasta, short, thick, rigid tubes that hold sauces with gusto. Speaking of sauce, the pasta is blended with an opulent one, made with 3 cheeses, cheddar, Gouda, and Parmesan, a classic bechamel, velvety butternut squash puree, and a sprinkling of seasonal spices, including nutmeg and sage. It's comfort food with vegetables built right in. I did buy it. I have not tried it yet, so I cannot say for certain, but it sounds amazing. Let's see, we have Trader Joe picked a peck of picante peppers, autumnal harvest pasta sauce, organic red lentils sedinini, a bounty of bitter greens, the resplendence of romaine. Here we go. Here's some more good stuff. Not that the rest of it isn't good. Let me just clarify. I'm looking for the tastiest of treats that sound the most amazing when I read them to you. Apple cinnamon buns. Good morning. There are folks that are naturally morning people. That would be me. And then there are those that, despite all efforts, are emphatically not. While we've never quite figured out the trick to complete total morning person conversion, we've certainly found something that helps. A flaky, perfectly based pastry like a Trader Joe's apple cinnamon bun. These Danish-style pastries are made for us by, appropriately enough, a bakery partner in Denmark who crafts each bun by twisting sweet cinnamon apple compote-filled dough into a quick knot, topping it with a light streusel-like crumb, then baking it until it's gloriously golden brown. It's enough to make anyone aspire to morning personhood. Now, by way of public service announcement, there is nothing wrong with not being a morning person. I know that a lot of people think that the early bird gets the worm, or that somehow being a morning person is superior to being a night person, or somehow more productive. That is absolutely not true. As a self-confessed morning person, I can assure you that I am not at all productive, no matter what time of day it is. And if you catch me past 6 in the evening, I can't make a decision to save my life. And God help me if I have to stay up past 9, because then I'm an absolute zombie. Do not talk to me after 9. Do not text me, I will not return it. And it's kind of unfortunate because I feel like most of the world operates on like a much later shifted schedule. Most people are like, oh, I'm going to work 9 to 5:30, and then I don't even get home until 6, and then I have stuff to do, and then I'm going to cook dinner, and like people aren't eating dinner until like 8 or 9 o'clock at night. And meanwhile, I would much rather be at work at 7:30, because if I don't get home until after 5, I've got like 2 hours to like eat and get ready for bed and start winding down. And that's pretty difficult. So, if you are a morning person like me, I love you. But if you're a night person, I love you too. And don't ever feel like you should be different than what you are. And don't think that we're having more fun or doing better or being more successful, because that's not true. Pumpkin O's cereal. Now, I think soft speaking is a little bit rougher on the voice than whispering is. It's hard to find that balance. Oh my goodness, it's time again for Trader Joe's Pumpkin O's. A staple of our fall seasonal cereals for nearly a decade, Pumpkin O's are just as wholesome as ever, with toasted brown rice and oats contributing 26 grams of whole grains per serving. These lovable O's are sweetened with cane and brown sugars and include pumpkin and cinnamon in their ingredient lineup. I'd like to read to you about this coffee from the Dominican Republic. Dominican Republic. That's hard enough to say Dominican Republic, apparently. I am never going to be able to pronounce this coffee name, so I will just show you. I hope you can read it there. It starts with a J, and it looks like it might sound like the word barbecue, but I don't know. However, for this small lot selection, these farmers harvest 100% Arabica coffee cherries, then remove their skins and pulp. Normally, the sticky sweet outer layer of the coffee fruit is washed off, but these beans are honey processed, so that layer is left intact. Because they spend less time in water, the sun-dried beans ferment less and retain more natural sweetness. Immediately, a taster can detect a subtle sweetness accompanied by notes of chocolate and hints of blackberry. The honeyed profile pairs wonderfully with sweet breakfast pastries. Sounds like it does. And if I wasn't like a Keurig person, I'd be all over it. I mean, I do have a pour-over brewer. It's very nice, and I do like it. But if I have more than like 2 cups of coffee, I cannot sleep at night. So I don't pull it out very often because it seems like a big waste for just 1 cup of coffee. Ooh, so now we've made it to the maple page. I don't dislike maple. My husband hates it. My son absolutely loves anything maple flavored though. He was begging me to buy him maple marshmallows, but I told him not this time. Salted maple ice cream. It may be the season for sweaters and cozy blankets, but for this particular autumnal indulgence, they use the word autumnal an awful lot. We're reaching for the freezer instead. That's because we've once again tapped a favorite ice cream supplier to bring back our limited edition salted maple ice cream for the season. This is a gloriously thick, decadently creamy, and decidedly rich ice cream imbued with maple syrup and balanced with a sprinkle of sea salt. To elevate its sweet and salty excellence, we've embellished it with a salted maple-flavored swirl throughout. Sounds okay. Mini maple marshmallows. True to their moniker, Trader Joe's mini maple-flavored marshmallows are both maple-flavored and miniature in size. So these jokes are ridiculous. They're richly flavored with maple syrup and boast a sweet caramelly aroma. Like our other magnificent mellows on offer throughout the year, they're gluten-free, gelatin-free, vegan, and kosher. Use them in a batch of crisp rice treats, float them atop a steaming mug of hot cocoa, or make a maple-licious sundae with a scoop of salted maple ice cream. I love that Trader Joe's marshmallows are vegan. It is really hard to find vegan marshmallows. I don't know if you guys know that, but my mom is a vegan, and so when she comes to visit, I'm always trying to make something that she can eat and that everyone will enjoy. And I was so surprised to find out that you just cannot find vegan marshmallows anywhere. But yay for Trader Joe's. Let's see. Oh, maple spiced nut mix. It ought to be evident by now that we're simply nuts about maple, particularly around this time of year. Have you ever noticed that particularly is a particularly difficult word to pronounce when you're thinking about it? There's just something about its deep, rich sweetness that gives us that all-around autumny feeling. And what better way could there be to celebrate this maple-induced nuttiness than with Trader Joe's Maple Spiced Nut Mix? Available only during the fall season, this magnificent melange includes almonds and pecans that have both been coated in a buttery maple rosemary glaze, along with crisp pepitas for some complimentary crunch, and sweetened dried cranberries that provide chewy tartness that ties everything together. I really enjoy reading this, actually. I don't know that I have ever actually sat down and read the little blurbs. I usually just go through and I'm like, oh, shawarma chicken thighs, cool. Crunchy chili onion hummus. I don't think I'd like that, But there's actually some really good writing going on in here. While it's true that shawarma is typically cooked on a vertical spit, we find that the most important part of shawarma is its delicious, savory blend of spices. This is the crucial component that makes Trader Joe's shawarma chicken thighs so effortlessly good. Here, boneless, skinless chicken thighs are seasoned with a spice marinade made of onion, garlic, sea salt, cumin, cinnamon, coriander, paprika, turmeric, and parsley. Yes, we used almost the entire spice rack, and really each one is vitally important at adding just the right amount of flavor. Though it'd be handy, you do not need to have a vertical spit installed into your home to cook this shawarma chicken. A grill or an oven will do just fine. More than fine, actually. Grilling leaves you with exquisitely charred chicken thighs, while baking results in tender, moist meat. Slice thin and serve with any number of Middle Eastern-inspired accompaniments. We're thinking pita, tzatziki, tomatoes, sliced cucumbers, olives, feta, maybe even a bit of our crunchy chili onion hummus for even more spice. Okay, I'll read about the crunchy chili onion hummus. I feel like that would be an unpleasant thing to eat, especially if you had to talk to someone afterwards. We do our best to remain humble about our hummus selection, but it's not always easy, especially when we have humdingers like Trader Joe's crunchy chili onion hummus among our ranks. a real humdinger of a hummus. Made with I'm sorry, this is hilarious. Made with a base of creamy, pureed chickpeas and sesame seeds, as well as a bit of sunflower oil and sea salt, our supplier finishes each batch with a dollop of our acclaimed customer fave crunchy chili onion. This addition gives every bite a pop of savory garlic, aromatic onion, and spicy red chili, along with an accompanying crunch, complementing the hummus's superbly smooth texture. Wild mushroom and black truffle flatbread. It'd be tempting to call this favorite of our frozen section a pizza. It is sauce and cheese atop a flat, yeasty crust after all. But on tasting it, we found it called out for a slightly different name, since, oh wow, this is really great, and I think I'm really going to need another slice because of the awesome mushroom and black truffle flavor, and the way it tastes with the cheese didn't quite fit on the box. We decided to call it Trader Joe's Wild Mushroom and Black Truffle Flatbread with mozzarella cheese instead. It's made for us in Italy by a supplier in a small town on the border of Umbria and La Marche, which just happens to be the black truffle heart of Italy. They start with a carefully crafted flatbread crust on which they layer black truffles and porcini mushrooms, a savory sauce made with still more truffles and mushrooms, and I lost my place. A savory sauce made with still more truffles and mushrooms, and a creamy, whole milk Italian-made mozzarella cheese. Is it technically a pizza? We won't squabble over semantics this time. Rather, we will suggest that you give it a try as a main course with a side salad, or cut it into small slices and serve it as an appetizer. Bisque in the glory hole. You know, guys, this might end up being a two-parter. I'll keep going. While we appreciate autumn's brisk temperatures and the oh-so-satisfying crunch of a dry autumn leaf underfoot, we mostly look forward to autumn's arrival because it signals the definitive start to soup season, when steamy, full-flavored chowders, bisques, and broths reign supreme, like our newest fall offering, Trader Joe's Lobster Bisque. Our lobster bisque starts with a rich and aromatic base of lobster stock and cream, accentuated with butter, thyme, and sherry, that's cooked low and slow. All you have to do is heat it up on the stovetop or in the microwave, then submerge your spoon into the bowl to discover the true belle of this bisque, exquisitely tender pieces of lobster. Goodness gracious, it's like a romance novel. Mini spicy pumpkin samosas. If you love a good twist on a classic, and if you love all things pumpkin, Trader Joe's mini spicy pumpkin samosas are for you. On the outside, these charming triangular treats very much look the part of traditional samosas, complete with a golden flaky pastry exterior. On the inside, the twist is revealed, soft chunks of pumpkin, partnered with a paneer cheese and a host of savory spices, including garam masala, coriander, chili powder, and fennel seeds. Mini spicy pumpkin samosas make capital companions to any number of the Indian-inspired dishes in our freezer case. Of course, you can always remove all pretense and enjoy them as a simple, spicy midday snack. I am not going to lie, that is what I sent to my kid for lunch today. Just a bunch of samosas. He loves them. Though his were just the vegetable samosas. We haven't opened the spicy pumpkin ones yet, but we will. Let's see. Oh, dearly beloved ivy red. With its bright red Dia de los Muertos Calavera inspired bottle art. Is that it? Calavera? I don't know. Dearly beloved ivy red is an instantly recognizable staple of our wine selection during the autumn months. It comes to us from a revered winemaker who has expertly crafted this eclectic blend of Petit Syrah, Zinfandel, Tannat, and Tempranillo from grapes grown in the warm Lodi region. Blended with flavor and body in mind, the finished wine delivers aromas of dark cherry, plum, and spicy vanilla oak that guide the palate into flavors bursting with blueberry, blackcurrant, and toasted vanilla bean. I don't really care for oaky wines, personally. Let's see, I have to skip a few because I am really running out of time. I am going to go with tomato and burrata ravioLONI. That's not the same as ravioli, is it? Ravioli? ravioLONI. Raviolini. Okay. Whatever. We'll rave about ravioli all day if you'll let us. Take a simple scan of our refrigerated foods case and you'll see what was tomato and burrata ravioLONI. I'm never going to get that right. We will rave about ravioli all day if you'll let us. Take a simple scan of our refrigerated foods case and you'll see that we're big fans of the stuff. Or should we say, the stuffed. These pasta pockets are also quite popular with our customers, so we're introducing a new ravioli to the roster. Trader Joe's Italian tomato and burrata ravioLONI. But wait, Trader Joe's, weren't we talking about ravioli? Why, yes, we were, and now we're talking about ravioLONI, ravioli's larger, equally delicious cousin. To complete the picture, ravioli's smaller in stature cousin is called ravioLETI. Well, you learn something new every day. As its name would imply, Trader Joe's Italian tomato and burrata ravioLONI is made for us in Italy. Our expert pasta producing partner double stuffs the ravioLONI with creamy burrata cheese and a trio of tomatoes, crushed, roasted, and dried, plus mozzarella, butter, breadcrumbs, and a bit of basil. What, do you want to come talk about the ravioLONI? Do you want to come up here? No? Oh, this is my mean kitty. Come here, mean kitty. Say hello to my sweet dreamers, Mac. Say hello. Say hello. No, you don't like that. You don't want to come make ASMR with me. There you go, sugar bugger. Where were we? Butter, breadcrumbs, and a bit of basil. The pasta itself is delicate, toothsome, and two-toned. One side of each ravioLONI is red, the other is a subtle green, thanks to the use of tomato powder and spinach, respectively. Trader Joe's does want you to know that they do not use artificial colors in their food. So let's see. I'll just read you the titles, and I think there's maybe one more that I want to get to. Baked sheep's milk ricotta with herb de Provence. Creamy Toscano cheese dusted with cinnamon. Pumpkin cranberry crisps. Spatchcocked sweet and savory chicken. Spatchcocked. Maple flavored fudge. Brioche with a pumpkin twist. Pumpkin spice batons. Green apple sparkling water. Lactose-free cream cheese. Ah, look. Honeycrisp apple cinnamon Greek yogurt. I I looked for that when I was there and I could not find it. Harvest Blend Herbal Tea, Cinnamon Roll Blondie Bar Baking Mix, Pumpkin Bisque, which I will probably try, Petite Pumpkin Spice Cookies. So the last one I'm going to read to you today. Spatchcocked Sweet and Savory Chicken. Likely derived from a combination of the 16th century Irish term spitchcock, the practice of splitting an eel down the middle before roasting or frying it, and a punny reference to dispatching the cock, i.e., cooking a chicken rather quickly. We find that saying the word spatchcock is a lot more fun than the actual act of spatchcocking a chicken, which is precisely why we're such fans of our pre-marinated, pre-butterflied, ready-to-cook Trader Joe's spatchcocked sweet and savory chicken, seasoned with an inspired blend of sweet maple syrup and tangy Dijon mustard. Our supplier has taken all the prep work out of this poultry, leaving you with just 2 simple tasks: cook and enjoy. No, just cook and enjoy, not past tense. Cook and enjoy. Spatchcocked. So, I will update you guys and let you know which of these items I have tried. If you have already tried any of these items and you are particularly huge fans of it, please let me know in the comments. Or if you've tried them and you're not such a big fan, also let me know and spare me the pain. I hope you guys have enjoyed this surprisingly interesting and amusing reading of the Trader Joe's Fearless Flyer. And if you'd like to see me get fearless with it next time they come out with a new one, let me know and I will be happy to oblige. Until then, I hope that you have warm hearts and full bellies and sweet sugar dreams all night long, and I will see you next time. Thanks for stopping by.